Okay, I wanted to make a video about how I installed my window air conditioning unit into my cargo trailer. I was previously using it for my hobby, and I decided to start using it for camping, and I had one of those indoor type air conditioning units in here, and it just wasn't efficient at all. They don't work very well, especially in the heat of the day. It wouldn't get the thing below 80, well, you wouldn't even get it below 90 degrees hardly on a hot summer day. So I decided to put a regular window unit in. So originally I was looking to put it up in the front like most people do. You usually build a frame up off the beams that go to the trailer hitch, and that holds it in place. But when I got to looking at it, I noticed that the framing was 16 inches on center in the front of my trailer, so there was no way to fit the air conditioning unit in there. So I thought about it for a few days, and I thought, well, the framing on the side back here is 24 inches on center, so the air conditioning unit will fit in that fine. But I didn't want it just hanging off the side, you know, all the time. I go down some really bumpy roads to go to some of the places I camp, and I didn't want it bouncing around. I didn't want it just hanging out there all the time. Kind of looks a little bit shabby to have a window unit hanging out of the side of your trailer. So after a couple days thinking about it, I came up with this idea. What I did was I went ahead and cut myself a hole the appropriate size. In this particular case, it's from framing to framing, and then I picture framed it out with this aluminum angle. It's 1.5 by 1.5 aluminum angle, and the 1.5 worked perfect because the framing on this trailer is 1 inch, and then there's 3/8 inch plywood on the inside. So the frame, it worked out good. It made a nice finished opening. And then after I had that in, I added in a stop so that the door would stop. So I put this stop in and put weather stripping on it, so it's all nice and tight when it's going down the road, or when it's raining. I don't have to worry about it leaking on me. I also took and put this 1.5 by 1.5 piece up here to kind of keep the water directly off of it, but this is all caulked in with silicone. I don't think it would leak anyway. So this is what I came up with. This is a appliance shelf pullout. It's rated for 100 pounds, and this air conditioner only weighs maybe, I'm sure it weighs less than 30 pounds. So it holds it fine. And you can get these at Lowe's or Home Depot or any of those places, 30 or 40 bucks. And it slides out on the inside where the piece went to hold the window up, or hold the window in place, and where the side skirts go to fill in the rest of the window opening. I put in another piece of 1.5 by 1.5 aluminum angle. Put weather stripping on that so that when I pull it out, the weather stripping is tight up against the plywood on the inside. But I also made up some pieces of just kind of firm packing foam, and I add that on all the way around. And if I'm in a place where there's sandflies, or what most people commonly call no-see-ums, I've never had a problem with any bugs getting in at all. Never had a problem. This is the piece that was made to accept the window when the window came down on it, and they gave me this foam. So I use this foam on the bottom because it needs to be soft to be able to conform to the wire grating underneath. That makes the bottom bug proof because you have those little spaces in between the grill. On the inside, on each side, I have little barrel bolts, just simple little barrel bolts. So when I go in to lock it in place, I just lift them up and slide them in place, and that holds it. It keeps it from moving around at all. Very happy with it. 5,000 BTU will cool this 5x10 by 6 foot tall trailer in no time. Fills it. It cools it right off. And I've got a Honda 2000 generator that will run this no problem. This thing only draws like, I think it's 3.8 amps. So works good. The Honda 2000 will definitely power this thing. So that's it. When I get done, I take my weather stripping out, I push it in, I close the door, and I'm going down the road. Everything's nice and streamlined. I don't have to worry about bugs hitting this thing and water getting in it or anything else that might happen. So, and my little Osmo Pocket, I'm so happy with that. That thing follows me around right where it goes. Hey, there's my bike right there. And my tent. And so that's it. That is all I got to say about that. Okay, so this is the inside of the setup on the air conditioner. I built this box. I don't know if you can see it. I got to get down lower to make the camera point down here. But anyway, I built this box up so the air conditioner wouldn't be right down on the floor. And so the sliding shelf tray sits on top of the box. I put a couple 2x4s to raise it up off the box a little bit, and then I put this 1.5 by 1.5 inch aluminum flange around here. It works out pretty good. Like I say, it's just a little 5,000 BTU Frigidaire, but it'll cool this 5x10 trailer down real quick, like no problem. Even in the middle of the heat of the day, it'll keep it nice and cool in here. And you can run this little air conditioner on a I've got a Honda 2000. I run the air conditioner, my coffee maker, my lights, my music, so it works out real well. That's all I got to say about that for right now.